The room is quiet now, but your mind is still awake. You feel the weight of thoughts you didn't invite. They press against you in the dark. You wonder if anyone sees you tonight, if anyone hears, if anyone knows you're here. A small light flickers in the distance. Not bright, not loud, but steady. It does not go out. You are not just heard, you are held. Breathe in. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the air move slowly in and out. Somewhere in this stillness, there is a presence that will not leave you. The moon slips through the curtain. It rests on the floor like silver water. And you feel it, a warmth at your shoulder. Soft, steady, close. God is listening tonight. You don't have to reach for the right words. You don't have to explain why your chest feels tight. You don't have to be okay before you speak. When I said, "My foot is slipping," your unfailing love, Lord, supported me. Let those words wrap around you now. A soft wind moves the edge of the curtain, like a gentle hand brushing away the day. Somewhere beyond the trees, an owl calls out once, then silence again. Not empty silence, but safe. You breathe in that safety. There's a story I've never told you about a night when the light stayed on, even when the storm came. But maybe I'll tell it another time. For now, let your jaw loosen. Let your eyes grow heavy. God is here. He is not leaving. Even in the pauses, even in the words you can't find. You are not alone in this room. The air is still, but not empty. There's a quiet warmth here that wasn't here before. Maybe you've felt it before. That strange certainty that someone is near. Not in the way shadows are near, but in the way light is. Your breathing slows, not because you forced it, but because there's nothing chasing it anymore. The restless swirl of thoughts the ones that made your shoulders tighten. They start to loosen their grip. You notice the light again. Soft, almost silver. It rests on the curtain like a hand, steady and sure. God is listening tonight. Not from far away, but right here in this very room. Somewhere beyond the window, a branch sways. The breeze moves through the leaves, and for a moment, it feels like the sound of someone breathing with you. You lean into it. Not physically, but with that part of you that longs for safety. He's heard every prayer you didn't finish. Every sigh you thought no one noticed. And every time you whispered, "I can't." You are not just heard, you are held. The fabric of the night seems different now. Like it's woven with a thread of gold you never saw before. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it's there. Some call it peace. Some call it presence. You just know it's enough to keep you from slipping. When I said, "My foot is slipping," your unfailing love, Lord, supported me. The words don't just pass through your ears. They settle like a warm stone in the palm of your hand. Somewhere deep in the quiet, a thought begins to form. A small one, gentle. It says, "What if you didn't have to hold it all tonight? What if the lists, the fears, the what-ifs could rest too?" You don't answer out loud, but your body somehow already says yes. Your eyes drift toward the sliver of moonlight. It's steady, unhurried. It doesn't strain to be bright. It simply stays. And in staying, it tells you something. You are worth staying for. God is listening tonight. Your breathing and the breeze outside find the same rhythm. In, out, unrushed, like the night itself is keeping time for you. Somewhere beyond the trees, far away, a bell rings once. You don't know where. It doesn't matter. It just folds into the quiet. You remember something. Long ago, a night when you couldn't sleep, someone sat with you, not talking, just there, their hand on your shoulder, steady, warm. That same hand feels here now. The curtain stirs again. Not much, just enough to catch the light, like a signal, a reminder. You are not alone in this night. And maybe he has something to whisper to you tonight. Not loud, not urgent, but in the kind of voice you lean in to hear. So you wait, eyes half closed, breath slow, heart open just enough for a single word to find its way in. And it will. Because God is listening tonight. You made it here tonight. Even with the noise in your mind. Even with the day that refused to let go. I can hear it, that faint hum of thoughts. Spinning and circling. Looking for somewhere to land. Let's slow them down together. Not by pushing them away, but by inviting someone else into the room. Breathe in like you're drawing in light. Breathe out like you're setting down a heavy bag. You are not alone here. Tonight, God is nearer than the air you breathe. I want you to picture this. A still pool of water, untouched by wind. And just above it, a hand. Fingers hovering, so close you can see the ripples forming beneath them. But not breaking the surface. That's how his presence feels right now. Close enough to change the air around you. Gentle enough not to startle you. Father, here we are. Your child is here. Tired. Searching. Maybe even wondering if you've noticed. Remind them tonight that you have. Let your peace wrap around this room. Let the weight they've been carrying finally rest. The night feels safer when you are here. And you are here. There's something about stillness that feels rare, isn't there? We fill our hours with noise. Our hands stay busy. Our minds stay busier. But in the quiet, his whisper is louder than your fears. Be still and know that I am God. Those words have been spoken for thousands of years. But tonight, they're for you. They are not an instruction to try harder. They're an invitation to rest steeper. Once there was a woman who thought God had forgotten her name. But in the smallest moment, just a touch on her shoulder, she knew he never had. We'll come back to her another night. Maybe your thoughts are still pacing. That's okay. Even a restless heart can rest in his hands. Feel that? The air is warmer now, as if a gentle hand has moved closer. The scent of oil, faint but sweet, seems to linger here. You thought no one saw you, but he did. He sees the thoughts you've tried to bury, the prayers you were too tired to finish. And still, he's not going anywhere. If you could hear the wind outside your window right now, you might notice it's not rushing. It's breathing. Like a friend who's chosen to sit beside you and not fill the silence. That's how God is with you tonight. Not rushing to fix, not demanding you understand, just staying. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Feel the bed beneath you, the blanket over your shoulders. You are safe here. And in a moment, we'll open His Word together. But for now, let this stillness be your prayer. God is here, and He's listening. The oil lamp glows softly now. You notice how its light doesn't rush, it simply is. Like Him, the verse comes quietly, almost like it was here before you arrived. Be still and know that I am God. You hear it, but not as a command. More like a hand brushing your shoulder. Not to push, but to steady you. Be still. Like the water under His hand in the night air. You almost see it, a surface so calm the moon forgets to ripple. And in that stillness, You realize how much noise you've carried in here tonight. The lists, the questions, the fears with no names. They don't belong here. Not now. You feel the faint warmth from the oil lamp touching your cheek. It's almost like he's saying, "This moment is mine." And something in you exhales. Somewhere outside, there's the gentlest sound of wind finding the trees. It's not a warning, it's an arrival. The verse repeats itself, softer now, like a friend who knows you've already heard it, but just wants you to hold it longer. Be still and know. And tonight, that's enough. You let your mind drift to the image. A hand, not hurried, not heavy, gliding across still water. The way it doesn't disturb the quiet, only blesses it. That's how his presence feels now. Not here to solve the night, but to stay in it with you. Somewhere deep in your memory, a seed stirs. A faint picture of a door. You can't remember if it was open or closed. And before you can decide, the image fades again. It leaves you with the strange sense that not every door needs to be touched tonight. Your breath has slowed now. You almost don't notice the words when they come again. You thought no one saw you, but I did. The words don't land on your ears. They land deeper, in the place that was waiting to be found. The scripture lingers in the room like incense you forgot you lit. It doesn't demand attention. It is the attention. Be still and know that He is God. And somehow, that's enough to rest in. The verse still hums in the air. Not loud, not fading. Just there. You lean into it, the way someone leans toward a fire without thinking. And that's when you notice the sound of another breath. It's not your own. It's deeper, slower, like the way the earth might breathe if it could. You don't turn to look. You already know. There's a presence beside you now. Not close enough to crowd, but close enough to reach. You sense the warmth first. Like the air has shifted to carry a gentler weight. Then a hand, resting not gripping on your shoulder. A touch that says, "I am here until morning." You keep your eyes closed. Some things are better felt than seen. In your mind, the lamp's light spills in a small circle around you both. Everything beyond it is just shadow and silence. But somehow, you're not afraid of either. There's no rush for words. No, let's talk about it. Just the slow, steady awareness that he came into your night. Not the perfect one, the real one. The one with half-finished prayers and feelings you still don't know how to name. The warmth on your shoulder deepens. Not hotter, just more certain. Like the ground under your feet when you realize you've been standing on rock, not sand. And for the first time tonight, your mind stops searching for the next thought. It's enough to be found. Somewhere, very faint, you think you hear water again. Not the ripple of a stream. This is slower, fuller, like waves that kiss the shore and never hurry away. You want to follow the sound, but his hand is still there. And you realize you don't have to go anywhere tonight. The voice, if you can even call it that, comes not as words, but as knowing. You are not alone in this night. And for a moment, the truth of it is so simple, it's hard to believe you've lived without it. Your breathing matches his now. In, slow. Out, slower. You feel your chest rise and fall without effort, as though rest has finally stopped asking for permission. The lamp's flame flickers once. Not from wind, there is none. Maybe just to remind you, light is alive too. And somewhere between that flicker and your next breath, the thought drifts in. If he stays here all night, maybe I don't need to hold anything at all. You don't know when your shoulders started to sink deeper into the pillow. You only know they're lighter now. And the story, whatever it will be tonight, hasn't even begun yet. But you already trust the ending. You can still feel the weight of his hand on your shoulder. It hasn't moved. It hasn't needed to. The room around you begins to fade, not into darkness, but into a different kind of light. A soft glow that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The chair beneath you, the walls, even the quiet lamp, dissolve into air as gentle as a sigh. And when you open your eyes, you're standing on the shore. The water is so calm, you can see the sky's reflection without a single ripple breaking it. Stars float above you and beneath you at the same time. And between them, the moon. Whole, unhurried, bright enough to light your path without chasing away the night. You glance down and see your bare feet on the sand. It's warm. Not from the sun, it hasn't been here in hours, but from something deeper. The hand is still on your shoulder. You turn, just enough to catch the outline of a figure beside you. Not sharp, not detailed, like seeing someone you've known forever through the light of a candle. No words yet. Just presence. And the sense that he's leading you somewhere you've needed to go for a long time. The water ahead is still, but the air carries a faint, steady rhythm. Like a heartbeat you can't quite place. It draws you forward. Not a command. Just an invitation you somehow can't refuse. You step closer to the waterline. And there, at the edge where sea meets shore, you see a small lamp. Its flame dances inside glass that looks older than anything you've ever owned. It shouldn't still be burning. Not here, not in the open wind. But it is. And it's waiting. You kneel beside it, fingers brushing the cool metal of its frame. The flame tilts toward you as if to see you better. It's not harsh, not blinding. It's the kind of light that lets you keep your shadows, but changes the way you see them. The figure beside you finally speaks. Not in a rush, not louder than the tide. This lamp has been burning for you longer than you've been afraid. The words don't just enter your ears. They settle somewhere deep, somewhere that's been waiting to be told it was worth the wait. You find yourself holding the lamp now. It's lighter than it looks. The handle fits perfectly into your grip, like it was made for your hand alone. The shore stretches in both directions, endless. The water whispers on one side. The dunes rise like sleeping giants on the other. Where do I take it? You ask without speaking. The figure's hand presses once, gently on your shoulder. and you understand. You don't have to know the whole path tonight. Just take the next step. The lamp will do the rest. You start walking. The sand gives under your feet, but the light ahead stays steady. Every so often, a faint glow appears on the horizon, then fades before you can reach it. You realize they're not destinations, they're reminders that you're still moving, still being guided. The night around you thickens. The stars grow brighter. The sound of the water shifts from a whisper to something softer still, like it's leaning in to listen. And you notice your own breathing has matched the sea. In slow, out slower. Ahead, a small curve in the shore cradles a pool of still water. It's not fed by the tide. It's fed by something deeper, unseen. You kneel beside it, lamplight spilling over the surface. And in the reflection, you see not just your face, but his beside yours. No distance. No shadow between. For the first time in, you don't know how long, you don't feel like you're searching. You feel found. The lamp's light flickers once, like it's breathing with you. And you know, without needing proof, that this journey isn't about where you're going. It's about who walks beside you. You can rest a little deeper now. I'm still right here with you. And he is too. If you listen closely, the night has a gentle breath. In, out, like grass bending to greet a quiet wind. Let your thoughts walk with me now. Slowly, like we're strolling through a memory that keeps us safe. There's a path ahead, not wide, just enough for 2 sets of feet. It slips between tall meadow grass, gold at the tips, silver at the stems, and soft as a blanket when the wind moves through it. The light is far at first. A warm hush on the horizon, like the last color of a long sunset that refuses to leave. It doesn't shout. It stays. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. Let the words find your chest. Let them rest there. as if your breathing is rocking them to sleep. You feel the cool edge of the evening on your skin. Then something warmer. A presence at your side, steady, unhurried. And the faintest sense of a hand on your shoulder, guiding without weight. He leads you, not with a pull, with a presence. Every step you take tonight is within his sight. Listen. The meadow sings in small sounds. A hush of grass. A slow exhale of wind. The world you worried would crush you is breathing gently with you instead. Feel the hem of your sleeve brush the grass. Dew kisses your fingertips, and that far, far light keeps its promise to stay. There is no rush on this path. No need to know what waits around the curve. Shepherds don't hurry the heart that's learning to rest. The Lord is my shepherd. Hear it like a hand smoothing the edges of your day. I lack nothing. Say it quietly. Let your body believe it first. A breeze passes through. It carries a hint of something sweet. The memory of oil you smelled earlier. As if the night remembered to anoint you on the way. We walk a little farther. Footfalls soft. Shoulders loose. Breath deep. It feels like a story you once heard and never forgot. A traveler. A shepherd. A table laid out where fear expected nothing. We won't name it tonight. We don't have to. Your soul already knows the way. Somewhere beyond this meadow, there's a small gate that only opens from the inside. No one forces it. It opens to a hand that waits, not a hand that knocks. We'll leave it there for now. The path narrows. Grass brushes your calves with the softest sound. Each step is a gentle yes to rest. You don't need to fix anything while you walk here. You don't need to rehearse the day. The meadow remembers for you the part worth keeping. That light on the horizon brightens a little, but not in a way that stings. It arrives like kindness. It stays like mercy. You hear a new sound. the hush of a brook tucked somewhere to your right, hidden by grass, close enough to promise water, far enough not to pull you from the path. He leads you on the safe way. Not the quickest, not the loudest. The way where your breath can heal. You pause by a wooden post worn smooth by years of weather. Your fingers find its grain, following lines that feel like the story of someone who made it through. There's a mark in the wood, one you can't name, and something in you understands without words. Every step you take tonight is within his sight. The sky above the meadow deepens into velvet blue. Stars wait patiently to be seen. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where a shepherd walks beside you. We turn a gentle corner. There. Do you see it? A visual moment the heart remembers. A narrow trail glowing gold, leading into a meadow the color of honey at sundown. The light gathers at the end like a promise kept. Let it hold your eyes for a while. Let it soften your forehead. Let it steady your pulse. The Lord is my shepherd. You whisper it like breath. I lack nothing. You feel the answer before you hear it. A quiet yes under your ribs. A warmth that spreads the way the gold spreads through the grass. We walk again. Not far. Not fast. Just enough to be led. There's a place up ahead where the path narrows so much you'll think it ends. It doesn't. It bends. And when paths bend, they make room for new light. If you're still awake, notice how your breath and the meadow seem to know each other. If you're already drifting, let the path walk for you. He knows where you're going. Before we turn that bend, let's stand a moment longer in the soft, golden edge of this field. If you close your eyes, you can feel the light on your eyelids like velvet. If you open them, you can see a few fireflies stitching the dusk together with little threads of living light. There is something up ahead. You don't have to name it. It will meet you when you arrive. For now, let this be enough. You are led. You are seen. You lack nothing. We'll take the bend together in a moment. And there, the story opens a little wider. We step closer to the bend. Grass brushes softly at your legs. The sound it makes is almost a welcome. There's no fence here. No sign telling you where this path will go. Just the trust that the one walking with you already knows. The curve is gentle. It hides what's ahead just enough to make you wonder. Not the kind of wondering that feels anxious. The kind that feels like hope. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. You let the words drop into the soil of this path. Like seeds that know how to grow in the dark. The bend comes and goes quietly. And when you step through, the world opens. On either side, rolling meadows dotted with quiet trees. The air smells faintly of wildflowers and rain, though neither 'tis in sight. It's as if the ground remembers them and shares their scent with you. Ahead, the path narrows again, bordered now by tall stems crowned with feathery seeds. They lean toward you, brushing your arm like friends who've been waiting. Every step you take tonight is within his sight. Far in the distance, there's a small hill. On its top stands a single olive tree. Some say its roots remember the footsteps of a king who once prayed there in secret. We'll walk there someday. You can hear water again. Closer this time. A soft trickle, like the earth is humming beneath its breath. You follow the sound with your mind, but your feet stay on the path. You trust the shepherd's choice. The light ahead hasn't moved, yet somehow it feels nearer. Its color deepens, like gold melted into honey. It falls in such a way that the grass glows from the inside out. A gentle hand rests between your shoulder blades, guiding, not pushing. Just enough to remind you you're not walking this alone. We come to a small wooden bridge. Its planks are worn smooth by years of quiet crossings. You place your foot on the first board and hear the softest creak. It's not the sound of something weak. It's the sound of something that's carried many before you and will carry many after. Beneath the bridge, a shallow stream slides by. The water catches the light, turning it into silver ribbons that never tangle. You watch one ribbon until it disappears beneath the far side. And you wonder where it will go. But you don't follow it. Not tonight. The shepherd's presence shifts just enough for you to know he's seen your wondering, and that he has his own way of answering it without words. We step off the bridge. The path feels softer here, almost like the ground itself is cushioning each step. The Lord is my shepherd. The words feel warmer now. I lack nothing. This time, the nothing you lack feels wider. Like it covers not just tonight, but tomorrow too. The meadow opens into a gentle slope. Up ahead at the crest, the horizon glows as though it's keeping something beautiful just out of sight. And in the faint shadow beneath that light, you can just make out a figure. Not close enough to see clearly. Not far enough to disappear. It waits. Your steps slow. Not from fear, but from wanting this moment to last. The breeze carries the scent of grass warmed by the day, mixing with the coolness of night. Every breath tastes like rest. When we reach the crest, we'll see more. But for now, let the not knowing be a friend. Because in the meadow, with the shepherd, even what you can't see yet is safe. We reach the top of the slope. The air changes here. Cooler, cleaner, as if the wind itself has been keeping watch. Below, the meadow stretches farther than you thought possible. The grass sways in slow waves, catching glints of that same golden light you've been following. It's as if the sun never fully left this place. And there, down the narrow path, you see him, the shepherd, not a shadow now, not a distant figure, but clear, present, waiting. He doesn't call out. He doesn't wave. He simply stands where the path bends again, as though your arrival was always part of the story. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. As you walk toward him, the sound of the grass softens into something else. The faint rhythm of footsteps, not just yours, moving at the same pace. And you realize you've been walking to meet him, but he's also been walking to meet you. When you reach the bend, he turns and walks with you. Side by side. No rush. No list of questions. Just the quiet joy of being with the one who leads you. He begins to tell you a story. Not loudly. Not like a lecture. But the way a father might tell a favorite story to a child who's heard it before and still wants to hear it again. There was a boy, he begins. Young, but not untouched by trouble. His days were filled with work the world rarely saw. Watching sheep, chasing off wild things, finding water when the earth felt dry. The boy loved his sheep, knew each one by name, knew the sound of their steps and the silence of their fear. And when one wandered, he left the others safe and went after the one who was lost. You feel the grass brush your arm as he speaks. The air smells faintly of rain again. You picture the boy, bare feet on rocky soil, following tracks no one else would notice. Finding the missing one, tangled in a thorn bush, and lifting it free. The thorns scratched his arms. But the sheep was safe. The shepherd glances at you now. Not with a question, with knowing. As if to say, you've been carried like that before. Somewhere beyond these hills, there's a well so deep its water tastes of the first morning ever made. One day, the shepherd will lead you there. You keep walking. The path here is narrower. Your shoulders almost brush his. The Lord is my shepherd. The words feel even truer with him beside you. I lack nothing. And in this moment, you believe it. The story continues. The boy grew, faced giants, walked through valleys others feared to enter. But he never forgot the meadow or the one who taught him to walk without fear. Ahead, the path opens into another field. This one is different, shorter grass, dotted with stones smoothed by time. The shepherd stops, resting a hand lightly on your arm. And when he turned back, he says softly, he saw something he could never forget. The pause lingers in the air, not as emptiness, but as invitation. For now, he leaves the story there. Because sometimes, the safest path is the one that keeps the ending for later. We step from the soft meadow grass onto firmer ground. The shift is gentle, but you feel it. Smooth stones lie scattered like fallen stars, each one rounded by years of wind and water. You hear the faint crunch beneath your steps. But even here, the path is clear. The shepherd walks just ahead now. Not far. Close enough for you to see the hem of his robe brushing the stones. The light you've been following spills across this place differently. It slides between the stones, making shadows you can almost touch. Shadows that feel like rest, not hiding. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. The words seem to settle into the stones themselves, as if each one remembers when they were part of something larger. The shepherd begins to speak again. This boy I told you of, he says, once walked into a valley no one wanted to enter. A valley where the shadow itself seemed alive, where even the bravest hands trembled. You picture it as he talks. The stillness before a storm. The air heavy, but the heart steady. The boy carried only what he trusted. A sling, a few stones, and the memory of a shepherd who had never left his side. He bent down, choosing the stones with care. Not the largest, not the sharpest, just the ones that felt right in his hand. The shepherd glances at you now, almost smiling. Sometimes the smallest things carry the largest victories. Far beyond these fields, there's a stream that sings only at night. Its song can be heard only by those willing to walk without fear. One day, you'll hear it. The shepherd continues. The boy stepped into the valley, his heart steady not because he was strong, but because he knew whose hand held the day. You feel the ground beneath you now, Each stone underfoot seems to hum faintly, as if it knows the weight of being chosen. The shepherd slows, placing his own hand on one of the larger stones. He rests it there, not to move it, not to claim it, just to remember. The boy faced what others feared, he says softly. And what fell that day never rose again. Silence rests between you. Not awkward. Full. Like the field itself is keeping the rest of the story in its heart. You walk on. The stones give way slowly to grass again. The path begins to widen. And you realize you've been holding your breath. You let it out, slow and deep. The Lord is my shepherd. The words carry a new weight now. I lack nothing. And you think of the boy, the stones, the victory born in trust. Ahead, the light is softer here. It's not calling you forward, it's keeping you company. The shepherd walks beside you again. You don't need to speak. You don't need to know the rest of the story tonight. Because sometimes the safe path is knowing you'll hear the ending when you're ready. The stones thin beneath your feet. Grass returns soft and forgiving. It's different from the meadow where you began. Wider. Quieter. The kind of space that makes your shoulders drop without thinking. The path here isn't marked by anything you can see. Yet somehow, your steps still know where to go. It's as if the shepherd has placed a map beneath your feet, one you don't have to read to follow. The grass moves in slow ripples, each one carrying a whisper. Not words you can catch, but a tone you can feel. It feels like welcome. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. This time, the words don't land like a thought. They open like a door. You and the shepherd walk into the pasture. The air is warmer here, touched by sunlight that lingers even in the night. Somewhere far off, you hear the slow call of an owl, punctuating the silence without disturbing it. There's a low hill in the center of the pasture. At its top, a single tree stretches its arms wide, leaves moving like quiet applause in the breeze. The shepherd gestures for you to sit beneath it. You do, feeling the earth solid and safe beneath you. From here, you can see the whole field. No edges that threaten. No shadows that chase. Just the peace of being surrounded by something larger than your fear. The shepherd sits beside you, not speaking yet, letting the pasture speak first. Somewhere beyond the far edge of this field, there's a table set for you. No one else's name is on it. Its candles have been burning since before you knew you were invited. A breeze passes through. It carries the scent of something sweet, wild honey maybe, and the faint spice of anointing oil. The kind of scent that makes you close your eyes without meaning to. The shepherd finally speaks. "This is the place where nothing is missing," he says. "Where your soul learns that stillness is not the absence of life, but the fullness of it." You lie back in the grass, feeling its coolness against your skin. Above you, the stars have gathered closer, as if they too wanted to rest in this pasture. Every breath feels deeper here. Not because you try, but because the air itself invites you to. "The Lord is my shepherd." You whisper it toward the sky. "I lack nothing." And for the first time, it feels entirely true. The shepherd leans back on his hands, looking out across the field. "This pasture has been waiting for you," he says. "Not because you earned it, because you belong here." Somewhere in the distance, a small stream catches the moonlight. You can't hear it from here, but you know it's there, steady, sure, and unafraid of the dark. The grass beneath your fingers is cool, but the air against your face is warm. The balance makes you feel whole, as if even the elements themselves are agreeing you're safe. No one hurries you here. No one asks you to move before you're ready. You could stay in this pasture as long as the night lasts, and maybe longer. The shepherd's eyes rest on you. "You don't have to keep watch tonight," he says. "I'm watching." And somehow, that's enough to let your whole body sigh. You stay under the tree a little longer. The ground is steady beneath you. The sky above, wide and kind. But the shepherd's rises now. not hurried. Just enough to tell you the journey continues. He offers his hand. When you take it, it feels like the warmth of the pasture follows you into your bones. You stand. The view from here is even wider than before. Far in the distance, you see it again. That same light you've been walking toward all night. It's brighter now, not because it's closer, but because your eyes have learned how to see it. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. The words land softer now. Like a familiar song that no longer surprises you, but still makes you smile. The path leaving the pasture is narrow again. But this time, narrow feels safe. Like two arms holding you in place. The grass here is shorter, springier. It muffles your steps until the only sound you hear is the quiet rhythm of your own breathing. You pass between two low hills. On their slopes grow small white flowers, their petals opening even in the dark. The shepherd brushes one gently with his fingers. They bloom here because it's safe, he says. There's a hidden garden beyond these hills where every flower remembers the name it was given by the one who planted it. One day, you'll walk there too. The light ahead wavers slightly, like it's moving in rhythm with your steps. It doesn't call to you urgently. It simply waits, the way a friend waits at the gate for you to arrive. Every step you take tonight is within his sight. The hills open to another stretch of meadow. Not as wide as the pasture, just enough to hold a soft breeze and the sound of the grass leaning into each other. The shepherd walks a little ahead now. You can see the back of his robe catching the dim glow of the light. Every so often, he looks back, not to check if you're following, but to let you know he sees you. The path curves again, but this time you don't wonder what's around it. You trust that whatever waits will be part of the same story you've been walking all night. A new sound reaches you, faint, like the hush of distant water on stone. You can't see it yet, but it threads through the air like a promise. The shepherd slows, letting you draw alongside him. You're learning, he says gently. Not to chase the sound, but to let it come to you. You walk together like that for a while. No rush. No plan to be anywhere else. The light ahead swells slightly, like a lantern someone has just trimmed and fed. You realize it's the same kind of lamp you saw by the shore earlier. The one that's been burning for you longer than your fear. You pass beneath a single arch of branches. They sway above you like a curtain drawn back for a guest of honor. The shepherd steps through first. You follow. On the other side, the air feels different again. Like you've stepped into a room made entirely of peace. The ground is soft here, covered in moss that cushions every step. The light filters through in long, gentle beams. The Lord is my shepherd. I lack nothing. This time, you don't just hear it. You live inside it. The shepherd gestures toward a low place ahead where the light pools like still water. We'll rest here, he says. And when you rise, the path will still be waiting. You kneel beside the light. Its glow brushes your face, and you close your eyes without even meaning to. The last thing you hear before your thoughts drift deeper is his voice. I'm still here. I'll always be here. You've been walking for a long while now. Or maybe you've been resting all along. It's hard to tell because the path has dissolved into something softer. Something you're floating through rather than stepping on. There is no darkness here. Only light. Not the kind that blinds, but the kind that knows how to wrap around you without a seam. It's warm, like morning sunlight filtered through a curtain. It's close, like a blanket that has been waiting for you. You are precious in my eyes, the voice says, and honored, and I love you. The words settle around your shoulders like a white cloak. It rests just right, not heavy, not loose, as though it's been tailored by the hands that made you. You notice the scent of sandalwood, deep and steady. It threads through the air, mingling with something faintly sweet, like blossoms you once saw in a dream. Every breath draws that scent in, and with each breath, the edges of your thoughts soften. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. Ahead, the light moves, not away from you, but around you. It's not a source you can point to. It's everywhere, like the air. And when it shifts, you feel the faintest touch on your hand. And when you reach out, the voice whispers. You feel it. Your fingers close around something warm, though nothing is in your palm. The warmth isn't from an object, it's from being held. Somewhere, far in this light, there's a place where every name ever spoken in love is written on walls that never fade. One day, you'll see yours there. You turn slowly, though turning doesn't seem to matter here. Everywhere you look, the same glow greets you. Your feet no longer touch the ground. It's not that you're flying. It's that the ground itself has risen to meet you. The white cloak shifts as you move, its folds catching glimmers of gold. Each step, if they are steps, releases the faint sound of fabric brushing fabric, soft enough to be mistaken for a sigh. You are precious in my eyes, the voice repeats, as though the first time was for your ears, and this time is for your heart. A thought drifts in, uninvited, but not unwelcome. How long has he been saying this to me? Perhaps forever, perhaps only just now. It feels the same because either way, you believe him. The light deepens slightly, like the sky just before dawn. Not darker, just more layered, more alive. And in that layering, you see shapes begin to form. At first, they're nothing more than soft edges, a curve here, a shadowless outline there. But slowly, you realize they're figures. Not strangers. Not even acquaintances. But presences you've known in the deepest part of yourself. They don't speak. They don't need to. Their eyes carry the same light that surrounds you. You're not sure if they're here to greet you, to guide you, or simply to share the space. But you don't feel the need to know. The air is warmer now. It gathers around you, not pressing, not crowding, just holding. Like the way a blanket holds the shape of the one it warms. You are honored, the voice says next. And the word doesn't sound like a title. It sounds like being remembered in the exact way you hope to be remembered. There is a river in this place that flows upward, carrying prayers like petals toward the sky. Some of them are yours. The cloak shifts again as you turn your head. It's softer than any fabric you've known. And in its folds, you feel a heartbeat. Not yours. Not even beside yours. But around yours, beating steady enough for both of you. The warmth against your shoulders grows just slightly. It doesn't ask you to stay awake. It only asks you to stay here. And in this place, you're beginning to understand they're the same thing. Safe. Secure. Surrounded, even in your sleep. You take another step, but this time, the light moves with you. It doesn't shine ahead or behind. It wraps every direction at once. There is no shadow here. Beneath your feet, the ground softens again. It feels like grass, but thicker, gentler, as though it was grown only for you to walk on tonight. The color shifts as you move, glimmers of gold melting into silver, then deepening into a soft, endless white. You are precious in my eyes, the voice whispers again. And this time, the words seem to ripple outward, carrying something with them. You see a moment, your moment, rise from the light like mist. It's a memory you'd almost forgotten. Small. Quiet. Something that once mattered deeply, but the world moved too quickly for you to hold on to it. And yet, here it is. Untouched. Waiting for you to notice it again. The air smells faintly of cedar now, rich, grounding, familiar in a way that makes your chest loosen. The warmth wraps closer around your shoulders. The white cloak feels heavier now, but not in a way that weighs you down, in a way that reminds you you're covered. In another part of this field, there's a tree whose leaves glow with the color of every sunrise you've ever seen. One day, you'll stand under it. You walk deeper into the field. There is no horizon. No line where sky meets earth. Everything simply blends, as if the whole world has decided to hold you in its center. The voice returns. You are honored. And as those words settle, you see another shape forming in the light ahead. It's smaller than before, but as it sharpens, you realize it's a seat. A simple, low bench carved from a single piece of wood. The grain in it shimmers faintly, as though it remembers the tree it once was. You sit. The seat is warm, as if someone was just here, keeping it for you. The cloak folds around you naturally, like it knows how to rest without slipping. You close your eyes, and when you open them again, the field has changed. It is the same place, same grass beneath you, same light above you, but now the air feels thicker with peace. The kind of peace that makes even your slowest thoughts feel unnecessary. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. The voice comes once more. I love you. This time, it isn't just something you hear, it's something you taste, like honey on the back of your tongue. And with it, another memory drifts in. Not from long ago. Something recent. A moment you brushed past because you thought it was small, but here it gleams. A word someone spoke, a glance that lingered, a kindness you didn't realize was meant to last. The field seems to breathe with you now. Every inhale, the light brightens. Every exhale, the air warms. And slowly, your own heartbeat begins to match the pulse of this place. Beyond where you can see, there's a gate that never closes. It opens to a garden where time has no say. You rise from the bench, not because you need to leave, but because something in you knows there is more to see. As you stand, the cloak settles more firmly around your shoulders, almost like an embrace you can take with you. Ahead, the light curves, forming a gentle arch over the field. You walk toward it, each step slower than the last, not from reluctance, but from wanting the journey to stretch a little longer. You are precious in my eyes. The voice has moved closer again. It's not above or behind. It's beside you. You feel it in the warmth on your right side, in the way the light bends ever so slightly toward you. At the arch, you pause. The air here carries another scent, spice and wood smoke, as though a fire is waiting somewhere just beyond. You can't see it yet, but you know. And when you reach out, the voice says softly, you feel it. And without thinking, you do. Your hand moves slowly. Not out of hesitation, but as though the air itself is thicker here. And then, contact. It isn't a grip. It isn't a pull. It's warmth, steady, patient, curling around your fingers like it has all the time in the world. The light around you shifts again. It closes in, not to confine you, but to form walls. Walls that glow like the inside of a lantern. You're inside something now. A space within the light itself. The air carries a new scent, frankincense, deep and layered. It mixes with the sandalwood from before, filling every breath with calm. You are precious in my eyes, the voice says again, closer than ever. And honored, and I love you. The walls of light stretch upward, high enough that they fade into the sky. Between them, thin streams of gold drift down, like sunlight poured through water. Each stream touches the ground and lingers, forming small pools of warmth around your feet. Safe. Secure. Surrounded, even in your sleep. The presence guides you forward, not pushing, just walking at your side. The ground beneath you has changed again. It's no longer grass or earth. It's softer than both. It feels like walking on folded cloth, the same white as your cloak, but warmer from within. At the center of this sanctuary, you see a chair carved from smooth stone. Its surface glows faintly, like it's been storing light for centuries, just to share with you now. You sit. The stone doesn't feel cold. It feels alive, steady under your weight, matching the rhythm of your heartbeat. The cloak wraps more tightly around you on its own, as though adjusting to the way you're seated. You rest your hands on your lap and realize you're still holding warmth that isn't your own. There is another sanctuary, hidden deep in the folds of the mountains, where every candle burns with a different answered prayer. You'll walk there one day. The presence steps around you now, never breaking contact with your hand. It's like the light moves with them, a living halo that follows every motion. From the corner of your vision, you see something new forming in the air, shapes like windows, but they don't look out onto anything you've known before. They open onto scenes you can feel as much as see. One shows water, not a river, not a lake, just water without an edge, clear, calm, reflecting a sky you've never stood under. Another shows a table set for one, its surface lit by a single golden flame. You are honored, the voice says again, as if to explain what you're seeing, though no explanation is needed. You lean back slightly in the chair and the walls of light seem to lean with you, curving closer like a canopy. The air is warmer here. It presses gently against your skin, not to hold you still, but to remind you you're not alone. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. The presence releases your hand at last, but only to rest both hands on your shoulders. The weight is perfect. The kind of weight that lets you breathe deeper. You are loved, the voice says, each word slow enough to sink deep. In a distant chamber of light, there's a door that can only be opened by laughter. One day, you'll hear it swing wide. You close your eyes again, and the warmth from those hands spreads down your arms, through your chest, until every part of you feels covered. The cloak is no longer just on you, it's in you. And in this place, you begin to understand this is not a vision you'll lose when you wake. It's a truth that's been here all along, waiting for you to see it. You stay in the chair for a while. There's no clock here. No measure for too long or not long enough. The light continues to move gently around you, like the slow swirl of warm water in a basin. It doesn't hurry. It doesn't cool. After some time, the presence steps back. Not far. Just enough for you to notice that the light is shifting again. The walls rise higher, then begin to soften at their edges. The sanctuary is dissolving, not vanishing, just opening. The chair feels lighter beneath you. And when you stand, you find there's no floor, only the same folded white surface, stretching endlessly in every direction. It isn't empty. It's full, but full in the way stillness is full. You are precious in my eyes, the voice says again, and honored, and I love you. The words seem to hang here longer, as if the space itself is keeping them safe. The cloak tightens around you slightly, like an embrace that knows exactly when to hold a little closer. Its weight is familiar now, part of you. The air still carries that quiet blend of sandalwood and frankincense. Each breath feels like another layer of peace sinking in. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. You take a few steps forward. There is no path here, but you find yourself moving without effort, as though the ground is gently carrying you along. Ahead, the light shifts into a soft arch, its center glowing warmer than the rest. You know, without knowing how, that stepping through it will not end this place. It will deepen it. Somewhere beyond this arch, there's a room where the air is thick with the sound of prayers answered long ago. You'll hear them someday. As you draw near, you notice something beneath the light, a bed. Simple, low, dressed in white linen that glows faintly like moonlit snow. The presence is there, standing beside it. One hand rests on the folded blanket at the foot. The other extended toward you. You take it. That same warmth flows into you again, quiet and steady. You are safe, the voice says. Rest now. You sit on the edge of the bed. The linen is cool to the touch, but the moment you lie back, the warmth of the cloak fills the space beneath you. The pillow cradles your head in a way that makes your eyes grow heavier without trying. The presence remains beside you. You can feel them there without turning your head, like the glow of a candle you know is still burning even when your eyes are closed. The arch above slowly fades, but the light remains. It's dimmer now, perfect for sleep, yet still bright enough to keep shadows away. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. You shift slightly, finding the perfect place for your hands to rest. The cloak follows the motion, tucking itself around you as if it's part of the bed itself. The voice returns one last time for now. You are precious in my eyes, and honored, and I love you. And as those words sink into you, the space beyond the bed fades into soft white. There is no edge, there is no ending. Only rest, only peace. If you wish to hold this feeling longer, you may whisper, Amen now, or simply carry it in your heart. The air is cool. The light is dim. A single boat, floating. Nothing else moves. The water is smooth. It holds the boat, the way a hand holds a pearl. You are here, in the boat, wrapped in the same white cloak. It lies gently across you, folds tucked in without thought. The Lord makes you lie down in green pastures. And here, the green is under the water, swaying in the quiet. A breeze comes. It brushes your cheek like the edge of a robe. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. You hear water touch the side of the boat. Not a splash, just a soft kiss. Somewhere in the distance, a bird calls once, then is silent again. The night holds everything still. Nothing to disturb, nothing to decide. You lean back. The boat shifts just slightly under your weight. It feels like the whole lake shifted to make room for you. The moon is high. Its reflection runs silver on the water. The boat glides across it without sound, without effort. He makes me lie down. The words drift through your thoughts like leaves on a stream. In green pastures. The breeze comes again. This time, it carries the faint scent of water lilies. Somewhere near the far shore, there's an island where lilies bloom even in winter. You may dream of it tonight. Your eyes close for a while. When you open them again, the boat has turned slightly. The moon's path on the water now leads to a place you can't quite see. It doesn't matter. You don't need to see it now. The night is enough. The stillness is enough. You tuck your hands under the cloak. Warmth meets you instantly. The same warmth that's been here since you first stepped into the light. He is watching over you. Not from far away, but here. Here on the water. Here in the quiet. Safe. Secure. Surrounded, even in your sleep. You close your eyes again. The boat rocks once gently, like a nod from the lake. And tomorrow, the voice says, when you wake, this will still be here. The sound of water on wood continues. Soft. Rhythmic. Endless. The boat turns slowly. Not because of wind, but because the water wants it to. The moonlight follows, always keeping the boat in its glow. You hear another sound now, a faint, even tap. Water against the bow. Each tap is slower than the last, until they are more like heartbeats than waves. He guards you, the voice murmurs. All through the night. The breeze shifts. It now comes from behind, pressing gently against the back of your shoulders. The cloak holds the warmth in. Safe. Secure. Surrounded, even in your sleep. Your eyes stay closed longer this time. The rhythm of water and breath begins to merge. It's hard to tell which is yours and which belongs to the lake. Far below the surface, there is a light that moves like a living star, guiding fish through the dark. You may see it before morning. The boat slows. Not stopping, just drifting with less effort than before. You feel no need to steer, no need to know where you are. The voice returns. He makes you lie down. A pause, and he watches while you rest. The air is cool again. You sense the change on your face first, then in your hands. The cloak adjusts itself without your help. A fold tucks in at your side. The edge brushes over your wrist. You open your eyes just a little. The lake has grown even smoother. It's so still that the stars above look like lanterns anchored in the water. You close them again. The world outside the boat is distant now, soft, unurgent. The voice lowers, almost a whisper, in your ear. This night is yours, kept, guarded, whole. The boat turns once more. The wood creaks faintly, then settles. The water presses against one side, like a hand steadying the boat while you sleep. Safe. Secure. Surrounded, even in your sleep. You think, just for a moment, you feel another presence in the boat. Sitting quietly at the other end. Not moving, not speaking, simply keeping watch. Somewhere on this lake, there is a dock made of smooth white stone that appears only under full moonlight. You may drift past it in dreams. The air around you is steady now. No sudden change, no urgency. Your breathing slows even more. In, out, without thought. The voice is almost gone now, blending with the breeze. He guards you all through the night until the morning comes. The water answers with a quiet shush, as if agreeing. The boat barely moves now. The water holds it still, as if the whole lake decided to rest with you. The moonlight lies unbroken. A silver path stretching in all directions, endless. Like the night itself. You lie back fully. The cloak settles around your sides. Every fold in place. The Lord makes you lie down in green pastures. Here, the pasture is the water, and the stillness is the grass beneath you. No sound now except the slow, steady breath of the lake. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleeps. You close your eyes again. The darkness behind them feels warm. No shapes, no edges. Only rest. Somewhere far beyond the lake's edge, there is a meadow where morning never ends. You may wake there someday. A faint breeze brushes across your face. It's softer than before, more like the memory of wind than the wind itself. The scent of the water lingers, clean, quiet, unchanging. He guards you, the voice says one last time. Until the day breaks and the shadows flee. The boat stays in the center. The lake stays still. And above, the moon holds its place. If you stir in your sleep, the water will rock you back into stillness. If the night grows cooler, the cloak will hold the warmth in. Tomorrow, when you wake, this will still be here. The silver path on the water will still be waiting. The lake will still remember your name. The one who guards you will still be watching. You drift deeper. The night grows softer, and the sound of the water against the wood fades into the rhythm of your own heart. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more will come until the light returns. The room is dark. Not heavy dark, gentle dark. In one corner, a fire burns low. Its light is soft, not enough to wake you, just enough to remind you. Shadows move on the wall. Slowly, calmly, like breathing. You are wrapped in the cloak, still. Its weight is the same. Its warmth has not faded. I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. The fire crackles once. The sound is small, and it lingers in the air like a smile that stays after the lips are still. He is still here, watching, keeping, remaining. Your breathing matches the fire's glow, rising, falling, never rushing. In another quiet room, there is a fire that has never gone out. Its first flame was lit before the world began. You shift slightly. The cloak follows you, settling again without thought. Your hand brushes its edge, soft, warm, known. The fire's light reaches your face. Even with your eyes closed, you feel the change, a gentle brightness against your skin. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. The sound of the fire fades into the sound of your own breath. In, out. You drift further. Thoughts are softer now, more like clouds than words. He is still here. The one who stayed by the water stays by the fire. Nothing else is needed. Nothing else will come tonight. The fire is smaller now. Its flame leans one way, then the other. You can feel its warmth even across the room. Your breathing stays slow. The rhythm is steady, like the turning of a page you never have to read. The light begins to change. It stretches further, filling corners you can't quite see. I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. The walls are gone now. There's no ceiling, no floor. only the glow. It doesn't blind you. It holds you. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. Somewhere within the light, there is movement. Slow, steady, like someone walking toward you, but never rushing. There is a place in this light where every tear is kept and none are lost. You do not need to open your eyes. You know the presence is near. He is still here. The one who watched over the boat, watched over the lake, now watches here in the glow without walls. The warmth is deeper now. It's not just on your skin, it's within you. Every breath feels like light sliding in, flowing out. Your shoulders drop even more. Your hands are still. Every part of you is quiet. The glow hums faintly, a sound lower than words. It might be your heartbeat or his. Nothing else moves. Nothing else needs to. He is still here. The glow begins to soften. It pulls in. Slowly, like a tide retreating. There is no hurry. Every inch of the room is still warm. Your breathing is slow. The sound is even like waves you can't see. The light draws smaller until it is a single ember in the corner. It flickers once, and the shadows shift gently across the wall. I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. You are still wrapped in the cloak. It has not moved. It will not move. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleep. The ember glows. It doesn't fade away, it simply waits. He is still here. The one who walked in light without walls now rests in the quiet with you. In the heart of that ember, there is a garden where night never comes. The ember stays. The warmth stays. The safety stays. Nothing changes until you are ready. And even then, He is still here. No closing words, no ending sound. Just the ember, just the warmth, just the presence. Safe, secure, surrounded, even in your sleeps.